Team Kill Game. What's good, duelist? Johnny Acoustic here, coming at you with some spoiler leaks. We have some brand new cards announced for the Link Ranks pack. Now, let you guys know this is the first time I'm doing a video discussing or even trying to attempt to discuss some of the new spoiler cards. I know a lot of other YouTubers like John Moore and Cap G and Simu, they do this kind of stuff. They cover these cards. Whenever something new comes out from the organization, they let it be known. They're the news outlets. So I'm going to try to do my best to do this video as best as possible. I apologize if I butcher this thing, but let's get started. First off, we have a new Link monster from Madolche, which is from Fresh Madolche's sister. There's no effect here. Apparently, I have to go to, there's another page I can go to check that out, so I'll check that out in a little bit. Next we have, from the Link's Reigns pack, we have Ritual Beast Ulti Kamung Falco. It's a Link 2 Wind attribute Psychic Link effect. Has 1800 attack. Its Link markers are pointing bottom left and bottom right. The materials require 2 Ritual Beast monsters, so let's get to this effect. You can only use this card's name effect, second effect, once per turn. One Ritual Beast monster linked to this card gains 600 attack and defense. That's pretty cool. Increases the attack and defense of your Ritual Beast monsters. They are kind of weak, but you're basically trying to go for Ulti Canahawk in the first place. That's the main purpose of the deck from what I've seen. I'm not really too familiar with it. I just know that Ulti Canahawk is the card you want on the board, and you want to keep looping it. Second effect reads, you can banish one Ritual Beast card in your graveyard immediately after this effect resolves. Normal summon one Ritual Beast monster from your hand. Ooh. You banish one Ritual Beast. Ooh, wow, that's pretty cool. Being able to special summon a Ritual Beast from your hand by banishing one from the graveyard. I believe they do have a I believe the deck does do a lot of banishing, or does do some banishing, so that could help the deck. That's actually pretty decent. I kind of like that effect for this archetype. And of course, its third effect, during either player's turn, quick effect, you can target this card you control. You can return this card you control to the extra deck, then target 2 of your banished monsters, Ritual Beast Tamer monster and Spiritual Beast monster. Special summon them. Whoa! So you can bring this, so you can just return this to the extra deck, get back 2 monsters, and fuse summon for Canahawk. Then get rid of the Canahawk, get this back on the board, and then loop the Canahawk back onto the field into a main monster. That is freaking insane. That's actually pretty good. That's actually pretty nice. This actually is a pretty decent effect for Ritual Beast. And I've seen the deck in action. I don't know exactly. I'm not sure exactly how the deck plays 100%, but I have seen the deck play before. And I know they loop monsters for Ulti Canahawk. That is awesome. That is just amazing. So let's go on to the next Link monster we have here. We have Zephyr Metaltron. It's a Link 3 Light Worm Link effect monster. Its stats are 2500. Its Link markers are bottom left, bottom right, and bottom. So you have all the markers pointing to the bottom. Of course, Zephyr is sort of like pendulum based. They do have pendulum monsters. I'm not sure if they're complete pendulum based, but they do have pendulum monsters. I do know that for a fact. And they do kind of work well with the Yang Zang, so let's see how this works out. We have 2 or more monsters that were special summoned from the extra deck. So you have to use 2 or more monsters by summoning the extra deck. So that's kind of restrictive. I mean, it's 2,500 beat stick for Link 3. I mean, if it was required that, I would suggest maybe a 3 grand for its attack power, but that's just my personal opinion. Okay. First effect says you can only use the first and second effect of this card's name once per turn. Effect number 1 reads, if a monster with special summon from the extra deck that is linked to this card is destroyed by battle or your opponent's card effect, you can add 1 monster from your graveyard or 1 pendulum monster that's face up in your extra deck to your hand. Ooh! So you can use these guys. You can play the Zephyr monsters with your Yang Zings. Get out your Yang Zing Synchros underneath this thing. And if the Yang Zing Synchro gets destroyed, it'll get its effect, but you'll also get some bonus. You'll also get the plus off that. That is nice. Adding a monster from your graveyard or a pendulum monster from face up from your extra deck to the hand, being able to recover your pendulum monsters back to the hand so you can re-pendulum summon again to these zones that this card points to. And also triggering your Yang Zing Synchros when they hit the graveyard, because I think they all have a graveyard effect that happens when they get destroyed. Much like the main deck monsters. Like I know the Yang Zing's tuners and their non-tuner effect monsters, when they're destroyed, they get certain effects that go off. So I'm thinking the Synchros is the same thing. And for the second effect, you can target 1 special summon monster from the extra deck. Each player controls other than this card. Banish the 2 targets to the end phase. Whoa. you can talk one special summon monster from the extra deck that each player controls. So if you and your opponent have multiple copies of an extra deck monster, like say for example I'm playing my side frame deck and I have 2 Omegas in the extra deck with 1 on the board, I can banish one of my Omegas and then banish something out of your extra deck that you have multiple copies of. Like say you're playing Spirals, you have 2 double helixes, you have 1 on the board, I get rid of the other double helix. Now you're not making a second double helix play. And that is nice. So that's pretty decent. I mean, the monster should have been 3K. The effects don't warrant the ability for it to be a 25B stick. I was thinking 3K for Link 3, that would be great. I mean, granted, you can get a Pendulum monster from your extra deck back to your hand, or get a monster from your graveyard back to your hand, and then monster specimen from the extra deck, like you can Yang Zing, like say you go, it would be Dang Long, but no one's playing Dang Long because that's banned. I would say like, say Yazi, summon Yazi to his own card points 2, and get one of your destroyed Yang Zangs back to your hand, so you can just bring it back to the field and get your destruction shenanigans with Yang Zing. This could help out Zephyr and help out the Zephyr, and I think it's going to help out the Yang Zing as well. So that's a pretty nice new card we got there. Next on the list we have, oh, here we go. Oh, Alistar, the Meltdown Invoker. Okay, I haven't seen this yet. I'm just now looking at most of these cards. Invoked is getting a Link monster. One of my all-time favorite archetypes is getting a Link monster. I gotta see what this thing does. Alright, it's a Link 2 Dark Spellcaster Link effect. That's what I was expecting it to be, if we got one. Its Link markers are pointing bottom left, bottom right. Thank you. Multiple fusion summons. That is what I definitely want to see them be able to do 2 fusions in 1 turn with a Link monster. It is possible. It can be, I mean, it might be gimmicky to make a deck to do that, but I don't care. We got 2 Link markers pointing bottom left, bottom right. Double Makava with this guy on the board. And well, let's see what this thing does. Requires 2 materials with different types and attributes. Makes sense. You know, Invoke uses different attributes to make their fusions. Why not have different types? Like, you know, special summon Cyber Dragon to the board. Bring it. You can just like say for example, special summon Cyber Dragon. Bring out your Alistar the Invoker. Link summon to this guy and then make a Makava. And the next turn, if he's still on the board, make another Makava or make whatever you want. Okay. The effect reads: this card's name is treated as Alistar the Invoker while it is on the field or graveyard. What? So you can use this guy for fusion summoning? You don't have to use Alistar anymore? You can double fusion summon. Holy crap, that is amazing. Oh, wow. You can just think about it. You summon Alistar after you special summon any monster that can be special summoned. Normal summon Alistar, Link summon to this guy. Fusion summon for a card underneath this guy. And if you have another invocation, use invocation to fusion summon again. Oh my god, using this card out as Alistar. Okay, what's the second effect? If a fusion monster is fusion summoned while this card is in a monster zone, it has to be in a monster zone. I'm pretty sure that counts for the extra monster zone as well. You can discard 1 card, and if you do, add 1 invocation or Book of Law from deck to your hand. What the whole? So what I'm thinking is, if you have this in the extra monster zone and you fusion summon into a zone this card points to, you can just grab an invocation from the deck and then use this guy as a fusion material and get him off the board and have 2 fusions. Oh my god. That is insane. And then Book of the Law, I don't see anyone, I mean, I personally don't play Book of the Law in my Invoke builds, and I don't see a lot of people playing that card, and it's probably for good reason, because the card is not really that good right now, but being the fact that Book of the Law can bring that, it does things that, it's a really niche card. I have to go up and read the effect to tell you what the card does, because I don't really know it offhand right now, but that is amazing. Okay, start effect reads: if this face-up card is removed from the field by your opponent's card effect, you can add 1 Omega summon from your deck to your. Oh my god! So on top of being able to fusion summon with this guy, you can banish your fusion material. You can banish your fusion monsters with this guy on the field to bring out more fusions, and then just use your Omega summon to just summon back all of your fusions. Because Omega summon is a trap version of Soul Charge. It's like Soul Charge, but it's a trap. It's in trap form, and it's only able to bring back your invoked fusions. So any invoke, so you can bring back any number of invoked fusions that are banished. That is insane. This is a very good link monster. I have to say that, to be honest, invoked probably has the best of the link monsters that I can see right now. I am very happy. Then we have Gem Knight Phantom Core. A lot of the other YouTubers already discussed this card, especially Cap G. He's a huge fan of the Gem Knight engine and the Gem Knight deck, so I know he's already covered this thing. And then we have a Soldi Inspiration of the Noble Knights. Okay. Or Assault Inspiration of the Noble Knights. This is a new Noble Knight monster. It is a Link 2 Light Warrior Link Effect monster. 1600 attack. Links pointing bottom, left, and bottom right. That's nice. Link materials are 2 warrior monsters, so okay, so you can use this in any deck, that's any warrior type deck. 6 amps can use this. Jesus. Okay, so its effect reads, you can only use this card's name first or second effect once per turn. If this card is linked summon, you can add 1 warrior monster from your deck to your hand. What? This card has a built-in reinforcement of the, oh my. Oh. If this card is linked summon, you can add 1 warrior monster from your deck to your hand. You can, oh my god. It's a built-in rotor. Let's read the rest of the effect. You cannot normal summon or special summon the monster added to the hand by this effect, or monsters with the same name, or activate that monster's effect during the same turn. Okay, so you can't summon the monster you searched, and you can't summon any copies of the monster if you already have copies in your hand. But being able to get a monster you need for next turn, oh my god! That just the fact that it does kind of takes the reinforcement of the army card and kind of nerfs it a little bit, or kind of really nerfs it. But the fact that you can search a warrior monster from deck to hand, holy, that is just like insane. Holy, I can't believe this. Okay, second effect reads, you can send any number of equipped spell cards with different names from your deck to your graveyard. Special summon a warrior monster from your deck whose level equals the number of cards that were sent to the group. So I could just pitch a crap ton of Noble Knight equipment spells and just get out any Noble Knight monster from my main deck. Pitch 4, summon Noble Knight monster, start activating my Noble Knight equipment spells from the graveyard, because when they're sent to the graveyard, some of them have a graveyard effect that when they're sent there, they activate their effects. And I can just add them to my hand. So I'm just going to add, let's say, Excalibur or the other ones. If they hit the graveyard, they get their effects. In fact, I think there's one that says when it hits the graveyard, it can be added back to the hand. I used to play the Noble Knights a long time ago. I started playing the deck, but I really couldn't get into it, so I've kind of lost touch with the deck, so it's kind of hard to remember what the effects are. But I know some of those Noble Knight equipment spells, when they hit the graveyard, they get their effects to get sent back to the hand, or get equipped into monsters on the board that are summoned. So yeah, I like that. That is crazy. And here we go. We got a new video for MCO 40 and a new video for Farfa. We'll get them. I'm gonna get to them in a second. I want to get this video done for you guys. Then of course we have Heavy Metal Foes Electrum, and I think everyone else has already covered this card. And then we have Insector, Picophalia, and yeah, that's been covered as well. And for the rest of the cards, we have for the rare, I guess it's spoiler leak. This is our spoiler leak, so we have some cards here that we didn't know about. The Best Megalo, High Priestess of Prophecy, Archfiend, Commander, El Shaddai Shiganaga has been reprinted in this set. Denlong First of the Yangtze. I don't know why I don't see a reason for reprinting Denlong when it's banned in the TCG. So I think it's at 1 in the OCG, so it warrants the reprint. But we might not. I guess in our pack we might have a different set of cards we're going to be getting. I know we're getting all the Link monsters, but we might have something different. We might not get Danglong, we might get something completely different because Danglong is banned here. Makes sense. And then of course we have the common cards. These are all the list of the common cards. We have Metal Foes Gold Driver, Vrenium, The Secrets of the Yangzing, Christon Slofnir, Christon Amethivers, Christon Sightseer, Red Eyes Darkness, Metal Dragon is a common, Evil Storm, Heliotrope, Alistar the Invoker has been reprinted. They're reprinting Alistar the Invoker? It's being reprinted as a common? So we're getting a reprint. Okay. Because I mean, the card's not expensive anyway. It's like $1.50, $2 for the super rare from the Fusion Forces. We have a Dolce, we have Archfiend Eris. Let's see if we got any someone off the list. Let's see if we got any like invoked fusions. Book of Secrets is being reprinted as a common. Summon Arts is being reprinted as a common. Is there any arts? Is there any like notable? There's the rares. We got some rares, and then we got. I don't see any invoked cards other than Alistar that got reprinted so far. Maybe there'll be some more cards. We might get a reprint of Makaba. It's a super rare. For all we know, because Makaba and like Invocation are the two most expensive cards in that archetype. Probably say like a $35. But anyway, that was this was my attempt at doing a spoiler video for you guys. For you guys out there, it's my first time doing this, and of course you got some of the common cards here you can look at, see what's being printed as common, and of course we have our rares. We don't have any supers or secrets or ultra rares that I know of yet. I think that's a secret rare. I'm just not sure. I know it's not secret. It's definitely ultra, and that's probably a super rare. And then we have our invoked, which is also a super rare, which might be printed as a secret rare here in TCG, because as you know, every single invoked card except for Alistar is a secret. So why not make the upgrade to Alistar a secret rare? But anyway, that's going to do it for you guys. 16 minutes worth of rambling and talking about these new cards. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Subscribe to the channel for more Yu-Gi-Oh content. If you like this video, hit the like button. Leave a comment in the comment section below what you think of these new Link monsters we're getting. And as always, I am Johnny Akusa, and I am signing out. Peace.